Hello and welcome to this video, which is not as much about Denon DCD-1520 but about upgrades, modification and general audiophilia. Just a couple of words about the Denon. This is quite a premium player. As you can see, well, you probably can't see, but trust me on this, it has a Sony KSS-151 magnetically driven laser and a couple of over there Burr-Brown PCM-64 20-bit DACs. Very well made, very well constructed, and as you see, they got stuff that other players don't do. This piece of brass is connecting ground to the, not as much top cover, but to this very heavy plate, probably a couple of kilos worth of plate that sits underneath what is a top cover. And the bottom cover is even heavier, and I'll show it to you in a moment. What I was doing, this player had a torn ribbon and broken off pot for the laser, so somebody worked heavily on it. And I got my hands on those ribbons that you can buy now from China. You can replace ribbons on KSS-151A. So it was a huge task, and I managed to do it, and I was just about to fire it up when I realized that I haven't got that potentiometer fitted there, because it sits on that ribbon, and I thought to myself, I'll do it later, and then I've forgotten. So I decided to look underneath if I can fit it, solder it from there. I couldn't, so it will come apart. But while we have it opened, I want to show you a few things. Now, in it, somebody installed pieces of wood on chips, and there's one there underneath there, you know, on the servo chip. One of them fell off. I have no idea from where, whether that receiver chip or that chip or whatever. I'm not going to install it, and I will ask the owner, you know, if he can hear the difference. But another, really what got me going was that this player has an output on, there is a variable and fixed output on two sets of RCAs, and they look like so. But somebody fitted better audiophile grade connectors. Now, the ones that sit on board are superior because there is no interference of any sort, short signal path, nothing digital can radiate onto the aim, all good. Well, I've noticed that these have like a ground thing wrapped around them. I don't know if that's capacitance or inductance, and I'm not sure if this is even screened cable, you know. But when I decided to try to do the soldering underneath, I had to take the bottom cover off. And I thought to myself, it would be interesting, where and how are these connected? Well, there will be a big ta-da in a moment once I get this thing going. Here you go. So I cannot solder things, as I said, because the potentiometer goes there and there's just no room to do it. Well, this is what I found underneath. The RCA connectors are connected to the board, as you see there, with some capacitors. There is some kind of double-sided tape that sort of peels off, and that, whatever that is, maybe extra capacitors for the power supply, I don't know, but this is not really attached. And here comes that bottom cover I wanted to show you. And on that bottom cover there is this, I don't know, it's a glue or blue tack or what. And this is what stops those capacitors from falling. Now, I don't know whether this was a DIY job or somebody paid money for this, but would you pay money for such workmanship? I mean, if it's DIY, I'd say it's of dubious value, because this is where the servo resides. It's radiating digital noise onto those capacitors. But you know, I mean, how can you leave such a thing inside of the player? Yeah. And this player has been in 2 other workshops beforehand, before it got to me. So I don't know whether that broken off laser trim pot and ribbon was done at the workshop or the owner. No idea. But, well, some people have no fear. Thank you very much, and till the next